What's going on, guys? So, just a little briefly here. So, I'm gonna make this video real short. So, you have Eligio Bishop. He has a bond hearing tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. I know a lot of channels like the T, I think Max V, and people who actually do a really good job, talking about carbonation. Because I actually learned a lot from these channels from actually watching it these past few months, man, just to educate myself on this cult here. But we all know that he is actually in prison or in jail right now of these serious charges from the Terry. You got the R word, you got the sexually explicit communications, which has actually been proven because it was like their revenge P, if you want to sit up here and say that. And that actually was happening. That was confirmed because he was angry and mad. She left and he ended up to retaliate. He sent that video out. It was all over Twitter to ruin her reputation and all these things, man. So without her consent, it was very messed up. And then the false imprisonment. I mean, those are some serious charges as well. You can spend up to 5-10 years in prison, depends on that, man. But only thing is I can think about it is Eligio Bishop, he has a right to an attorney. So I don't know how much money he has. I don't know if he personally, if his wives was trying to raise money. They was doing, or I don't know, trying to do a GoFundMe. But I know like Furu, Leah, his other wives, they were trying to do whatever they can, Aya, whatever, to go ahead and raise enough money. But they've been talking and on his behalf and all these things and pushing 3. But man, I think this carbonation, a lot of the men left except for Truth's been on Instagram Live a lot, speaking his truth, no pun intended, talking about how he feels about the carbonation, and he's still gonna be standing there with him. I mean, he's pretty much all over the place. This man has a family to take care of, but that's here on there, man. But I'm really curious of what's gonna happen, because I know previously, before he had a bond hearing, they denied it. The prosecutors were stating that he's a flight risk because he has ties to Mexico, and which is very true. He could miss trial and all these things. And I mean, he's pretty much, man, I mean, he hold on to the minds and the controls in the minds of a lot of young people that was involved in that cult. But I'm glad that people like Solar, it's like he's moving on. Musa definitely moved on. He was making some videos, seemed like he came from a good family, and he was just stirred into a wrong path. He was just pretty much misguided when he was trying to get this information from Eligio Bishop. But now it seems like he's stirring himself on the right path, getting right with Christ, which is good. And I pray for a lot of these other cult members. I stated in my previous cult members in my videos, it's gonna be a lot of detoxing. You have Velvet, she's doing her thing right now. I know she was in the transition of moving. She's still taking care of her children, and since being a single mother, she's still holding strong. And I'll say what's really good for her is that she has a platform, and she's smart enough to utilize that platform to document her life, and not only just get a good audience. She got almost like 13-14,000 subscribers. I mean, she's really pretty much got that clout, which is really good, and she's using that leverage to her advantage. That's a plus. But I think this is going to get really old. This is going to be the nail in the coffin. If he gets a bond, save like $100,000, right? I mean, he only can pay 10% of it, and get out with 10,000 and probably be on house arrest, if that. But still, I have a feeling this is still going to go to trial. And because, I mean, this is a very serious thing. I mean, it's just a lot of, they just have to prove that if Nateri was actually, or taken advantage of. They have to prove that, because if not, the lawyer, if he has a good lawyer, they can really knock that charge down, and he can probably do maybe 6-7 years in prison. But even if he's get denied bond, that would be huge. I'm definitely won't be surprised this will go to trial. Okay, because he's been to jail before, but in Georgia, state of Georgia, man, they really throwing the book at him, and they not playing with him. So I'm very curious what's going to happen. 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna pretty much be at work, so I might probably have to document this or share my thoughts on it, regardless if the bond hearing was denied or not, later in the evening. But I know other YouTube videos like the T, they're probably gonna be on it just right then and there. But we have to really see, man. Just got my thoughts on it. Do I think he's gonna get bond? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell. I don't think he's gonna get it, but if he do get it, because I'm like on the fence of it. If he does get it, I think it's going to be like a reasonable amount, probably like 100,000. But he's still going to have to go to court. I eventually feel like this case here is going to go to court. Okay, and then we're going to have a jury, we're going to have the witness, and because we just going by everything that was filmed and documented over the years. I mean, he did this to himself, so I can't really feel sorry for this man. I mean, this man did some crazy stuff, man, and it's gonna be interesting for these testimonies. Some people said they was locked up, like Caliber said he was locked up before. I know it was videos that when he was out and about in restaurants and public places. I know he was in a car. I think he hit Malia on one of those one of his wives. He hit him, and then that's a form of abuse, and he forced like Velvet and Malia to fight. That's a form of abuse. I mean, so he did some wild, off the wall stuff, man. But we're gonna really have to see what's gonna happen. And like I said, I know that Notorious video when Malia went crazy, man, and she left and she wanted to get a ride share, and he forced the other women to follow her and attack her, form of abuse, man. It's crazy. But we're gonna really have to see what's gonna happen. I'm very curious, man. This is gonna be a high profile case. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I might put a poll up there. Let's see if I get like a few votes. If you think he's gonna get bond tomorrow or is going to be denied. So we're gonna have to see, man. But like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Some thoughts on it. I'm out. Deuces.